There are books that entertain you. Some books give you information. And then there are books that change the quality of your awareness. The Power of Now is one of those books. When I first picked it up, I didn't expect anything unusual. But a few pages in, I wasn't reading anymore. I was feeling something. Something I hadn't felt in a long time. Stillness. Not silence. Stillness. A kind of presence that doesn't come from a quiet room, but from a quiet within. Eckhart Tolle begins the book with a moment of deep suffering. He was on the verge of ending his life, crushed by depression, drowning in thought. And suddenly, one night, a sentence came to him. I can't live with myself anymore. That sentence changed everything, because then came the question, who is the I who can't live with myself? It was the moment he realized, there's the thinking mind, and then there's the awareness behind it. We think of ourselves as our thoughts, as our memories, our labels, our achievements, our traumas. But Tolle says we are not our thoughts. We are the space in which thoughts arise. We are the awareness, silent, still, untouched, beneath the mental noise. And in that awareness, something incredible happens. Suffering begins to dissolve, because suffering, as Tolle explains, is not caused by the moment itself. It is caused by our resistance to the moment. We suffer because we are either clinging to the past or fearing the future. We rarely suffer in the now, but we almost never live in the now either. We're constantly elsewhere, reliving old wounds, chasing unfinished stories, or anxiously constructing imaginary futures. But life is always now. He says, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. When I read that, I stopped. Because that isn't just a sentence, it's a doorway. Everything you've ever lived, every joy, every loss, every moment of beauty or pain, happened in the now. Not in some theoretical future, not in a memory. Even thinking about the past or future is still happening now. And yet we spend so much of our life trying to escape this moment. We want to be anywhere but here. We rush, we avoid, we numb, we distract. But all that does is take us deeper into unconsciousness, into disconnection. And the power of now brings us back. Not with techniques, not with strategies, but with presence. With the reminder that this breath, this heartbeat, this awareness is enough. There's a concept in the book called the pain body. Tolle describes it as the emotional residue of past experiences that haven't been fully processed. Pain we haven't let go of becomes part of us. And it begins to feed on similar experiences, triggering intense emotional reactions, often without us knowing why. It's why we can feel sudden anger, grief, or fear that doesn't seem to match the moment. It's not just the present triggering us, it's the past echoing through us. But here's the key. The pain body survives through identification and unconsciousness. The moment we become aware of it, simply observing it without judgment, it begins to lose its power. Not because we've healed it instantly, but because awareness is healing. The message of this book is not that pain won't exist. It's that suffering is optional. Pain is part of life, but suffering is the resistance to what is. It's the inner refusal to accept the moment. It's the mental argument with reality. And as long as we argue with what is, peace will remain out of reach. Living in the now doesn't mean ignoring the past or refusing to plan for the future. It means not being enslaved by them. It means using thought when needed, not letting thought use you, because the mind is a powerful servant, but a terrible master. And in our world, most people live entirely in their mind, never noticing the silence beneath the noise, never feeling the ground beneath their feet, never arriving, even when they're already home. One of the most beautiful ideas in the book is this: you are not the thinker, you are the awareness behind the thought. When I understood this, truly, something inside me shifted. I began watching my thoughts, instead of becoming them. I began witnessing emotions instead of drowning in them. And I noticed that in those brief moments of presence, life didn't need to be different. It just was. And that was enough. The ego, another major theme, is the voice in our head that tells us who we are, what we lack, and what we must achieve to be worthy. It's built on past stories, roles, identities, and comparisons. But the ego is always restless. It always wants more, and it can never be satisfied because it is based on illusion. Presence, on the other hand, needs nothing. It simply is. And when you rest in presence, even briefly, you realize you don't need to fix anything to be whole. You already are. Tolle doesn't ask you to escape life. He asks you to return to it, to return to this breath, this sound, this feeling, to stop postponing peace until your circumstances improve, and realize peace was always within you, beneath the noise, even now. So how do we begin? Not by forcing anything, not by sitting cross-legged for hours or repeating affirmations. We begin by pausing, by observing the mind without reacting, by feeling our inner body, by bringing full attention to one thing, a sip of water, the feel of sunlight, the sound of wind, and realizing we're here, fully here. No past, no future, just this. And that is the power of now. It's not a technique, it's a truth, one we forget and must remember again and again. That peace is not something we find later. It's something we allow when we stop trying to escape. Tolle says, don't seek happiness. If you seek it, you won't find it, because seeking is the antithesis of happiness. He's not saying we shouldn't grow. He's saying don't lose yourself in the seeking, because what you're looking for is already here. And so, if there's one thing I'd invite you to take from this book, it's this. Let the moment be. Let life be. Stop resisting it. Stop waiting for a better now. There is no better now. There is only now. And now is enough. Before we close, if this message touched something in you, if it gave you even a moment of stillness or clarity, I invite you to pause and gently support this space. Just take a second to like this video. It helps more than you think. And if you feel called, share a thought in the comments, something you're learning to let go of, or a moment today you want to be fully present for. And if you'd like more quiet reflections like this, go ahead and subscribe, not for the algorithm, but so we can keep reminding each other to return to the now. Thank you for being here, truly.